Hey, what's up? It's Fuel Your Life Friday. Let's go. Like many, I can vividly remember where I was on this day, September 11th, 19 years ago. I was walking the hallway from my locker back to Spanish class when I saw a few teachers huddled around a TV, on those big old carts they used to push around, and I saw the plane hit one of the buildings. I remember going back and telling my classmates that something had happened, but reality really hadn't hit at that point. By the time I got to my second period class, the Pentagon had been hit. My math teacher was called out immediately because her son worked at the Pentagon. My hometown was really close to Camp David as well, and we're about an hour west of D.C. And many of my classmates' parents worked in D.C., and I remember kids being pulled out left and right. That day is very clear in my memory. Of course, some of the details are a little fuzzy, but it's definitely now a core memory, and I'm sure it is for most Americans who are alive at that time and weren't a young child. Today we're more conditioned to pause and reflect on what happened. Seemingly everyone reflects on where they were, what happened, how they felt, how life changed. We pause, we reflect. We also do this on New Year's, and we pause and reflect of how the past year went, which, let me just say, 2020 is going to be a doozy to pause and reflect about. And I know I do this every time my kids have a birthday. I pause and I reflect about the day of their birth and how much they've grown. Oftentimes, big days of celebrations or even trauma bring us to those moments of pausing and reflecting. But there's more power in pausing and reflecting more often throughout life. Daily, even. When we pause to reflect, we're more able to clearly see life in a new lens. And when we pause, we create stillness, and which allows space within to then reflect. We're also able to pose questions such as, what did I learn? How did I grow? What am I ready to release? How did this event change my life? What do I appreciate in life? How did this experience contribute to my growth? When was the last time I celebrated my accomplishments? And when we ask these questions, we can then lean into the answers. Reflection provides opportunities to learn, heal, and regenerate inspiration and motivation. Take some time to pause and reflect today. Maybe you pause and reflect about your experience of 9/11, or maybe you need to pause and reflect on one of those questions I outlined and go deep within. If you enjoyed today's episode, give it a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcast or wherever it is that you tune in and turn it up. I'll see you back here next week for another episode, but until then, remember, every level of life is an opportunity to grow. Be well, my friend.